A North Carolina man is in custody this morning, charged with killing 8 people during a shooting spree at a nursing home. It happened in Carthage, about 60 miles southwest of Raleigh. CBS News correspondent Bob Orr is on the scene. Bob, good morning.
Good morning, Julie. Well, the gunman who was wounded in the Sunday rampage now faces 8 counts of first-degree murder. But police still have not explained what prompted a local man, Robert Stewart, to open fire on his defenseless victims. The gunman picked his targets at random, moving from room to room inside the Pine Lake Health and Rehab Center, deciding who would live and who would die.
He was shooting at the residents and the workers. He went into some of the rooms and shot some of the people right there in the bed.
In all, 11 people were shot, 8 of them killed, including a male nurse who doctors say apparently died trying to shield others.
He undoubtedly saved a lot of lives before he went down.
The other victims, all elderly residents, ranged in age from 78 to 98. The spree ended in a nursing home hallway when Stewart traded shots with police officer Justin Garner. Both men were wounded. Officer Garner shot in the leg.
He acted in nothing short of a heroic way today, and but for his action, we certainly could have had a worse tragedy.
While the motive is still unclear, police last night searched Stewart's home. And his ex-wife, Sue Griffin, told reporters Stewart had a history of violent outbursts.
I mean, he never really hurt me or anything like that. But he just get mad and blow up.
His ex-wife also said Stewart in recent days had been reaching out to family members saying he had cancer and needed to go away. But he offered no hint whatsoever of the violence he had planned for this quiet Carolina town. Julie?
CBS's Bob Orr in Carthage, North Carolina. Thanks, Bob. The nurse mentioned in Bob's report is Jerry Avant Jr., and he was shot 27 times. Joining us from Rockingham, North Carolina for an exclusive interview, Jerry's fiancee, Jill DeGarmo, and his sister, Frances Green. Ladies, good morning. And first of all, please allow me to express how sorry we are for your loss. Jill, Jill, let me begin with you. You are a nurse, and you were working at the nursing home when the shooting occurred. Where exactly were you in relation to where the shooting was, and how did you find out about it?
Well, I'm not a nurse, I'm a med tech. I work under a nurse. I was working in the TLC unit. It's a lot unit with Alzheimer's patients, dementia.
How did you find out about the shooting, and when you found out about it, what did you do, Jill?
We heard Jerry over the intercom, and I couldn't make out everything he was trying to say. Something about lock the doors. And one of the girls got a call that there had been a shooter in the building. And the first thing we did, we grabbed the patients as quickly as possible and got them in a room that would hold everyone. And we put the blinds down and made sure everyone was in there. Turned the lights off, got it quiet. And it seemed like after we got the last patient in there, within, I don't know, about a minute after we had got one of the patients in there, we heard the doors open up and we heard a couple of shots go off. And we stayed in there till we got someone come back there and said they had got him. And when the girls had told me that Jerry had been shot, and I asked the workers to keep an eye on the residents, and I went to the front to see where he was. And he was laying on the floor bleeding, and I ran and got some towels and tried to help control his bleeding the best I could until someone got there.
And what did you and Jerry say to each other during this time?
He told me he felt like he was dying, and I kept telling him he wasn't going to die. Everything would be okay, and he asked me to pray with him, and he started to pray, and he said a couple more times, he said, I'm dying, and I guess I just didn't think that way. I didn't think that no matter how bad it got, and he was not going to die. He was going to be okay. And he was losing some consciousness. I just tried to keep him awake the best I could until someone got there. And then once the paramedics got there, they took over.
And then he ended up going to the hospital, and is that where he died?
They took him to the hospital, and that's when I gave my supervisor my keys, and I got in my car and went to the hospital as quickly as I could. I wasn't able to get in to see him because they had got him into surgery. But the doctor informed me during surgery that he had come out and spoke with me that his heart had stopped. And they did revive him, but I guess his heart stopped a second time around and they couldn't revive him. He had lost too much blood.
In the final seconds, Frances, how do you want people to remember your brother?
How do I want to remember my brother, or the world to remember my brother? My brother was a very compassionate, wonderful person. I couldn't have went out and handpicked a better brother. I mean, God blessed me with a wonderful brother for 39 years.
Yes.
And I love him so much, and I'm going to miss him so much.
Ladies, we thank you, and again, please accept our deepest sympathy